I yield back. I now recognize the ranking member for her 5 minutes.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Mr. Taibbi, the emails and documents you've produced all date to around 2020. Is that correct?
No, there's a significant portion of them from 2017 and 2018 as well.
Thank you. And Mr. Shellenberger, what dates do you have?
I believe that we had emails including 2022, 2021, 2020.
That's also true.
2019.
And Mr. Taibbi said 2018. Do you have 2018 as well?
I can't remember.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Taibbi, how many employees did Twitter employ in approximately the time period of 2020, 2021? Do you know?
I don't.
Okay, it was 7,500. Do you know how many were in its legal team during that time period?
I don't. I'm sorry.
And do you know how many were in its public policy team?
I don't.
Mr. Shellenberger, do you know how many were employed in content moderation during that time?
I do not know.
Hey folks, welcome back to America Patriots, the channel where we drink our coffee strong, our convictions stronger, and our Wi-Fi only sometimes works because apparently big tech can't stop throttling us. Before we get into today's breakdown, smash that subscribe button like you're trying to get Congress to actually read a bill before voting on it. Hit like, drop a comment, and help us keep this Patriot-powered channel growing. We're here to bring truth with a little humor, a little common sense, and all the American spirit you can handle. All right, let's get into this video. Because folks, this congressional hearing, phew, it had everything. Deflection, confusion. I don't recalls. Enough documents to wallpaper the Capitol, and of course, our guy, Jim Jordan, doing what he does best, keeping Washington on his toes and refusing to let nonsense fly.
Okay. So we're looking at thousands of employees overall and hundreds in offices were the focus of emails and documents you released. I will ask you, Mr. Shellenberger, how many emails did Mr. Musk give you access to?
I mean, we went through thousands of emails.
Did he give you access to all of the emails for the time period in which?
Yeah, I never had a single request denied. And not only that, but the amount of files that we were given were so voluminous that there was no way that anybody could have gone through them beforehand. And we never found an instance where there was any evidence that anything had been taken out.
Okay, so you would believe that you have probably millions of emails and documents, right? That's correct, would you say?
Millions.
No, I think the number's
sounds
less than
too
that.
high.
Yeah.
Okay, 100,000?
That's probably closer.
Probably, yeah.
Probably close to 100,000 that both of you are saying. Yet, in the Twitter files, Mr. Taibbi, you've produced only 338 of those 100,000 emails. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
And then who gave you access to these emails? Who was the
people at Twitter.
individual that gave you permission to access the emails?
Well, the attribution from my story is sources at Twitter, and that's what I'm going to refer to.
Okay. Did Mr. Musk contact you, Mr. Taibbi?
Again, the attribution from my story is sources at Twitter.
Mr. Shellenberger, did Mr. Musk contact you?
Actually, no. I was brought in by my friend Barry Weiss, and so this story, there's been a lot of misinformation.
So Mr. Weiss
or
brought you in.
disinformation about
Mr.
that.
Taibbi, Ms. Weiss, thank you. Mr. Taibbi, have you had conversations with Elon Musk?
I have.
Okay. Mr. Taibbi, did Mr. Musk place any conditions on the use of the
Would the gentlelady yield for a second?
as long as my time is not used
Are you trying to get journalists to
No, I'm not
expose
trying to
their
get, no,
sources?
I'm not.
Well,
I
that
am
sure sounds
asking,
like it.
no, well, if you will let me finish, and you had conversations with him, you said you weren't going to agree to who your sources were. I'm not asking you your source. I'm asking you if you had conversations with the owner of Twitter. And did Mr. Musk place any conditions on your use of the emails or documents?
No, in fact, I was told explicitly that we were given license to look at present-day Twitter as well as past Twitter.
So you had unfiltered access to Twitter's internal communications and systems?
Yes.
Would those include HR files?
No. We did not have access to personal information of any kind. In fact, we signed a waiver foregoing.
Have you produced that waiver to the members of anyone on this committee or any staff?
I'd be happy to
Have
produce
you?
it. I haven't, but I'd be happy.
Have you given all of the access to what you were given by your source to this committee?
No, and I would never do that.
Okay. I didn't ask if you were given the committee the individuals, but all of the files? No, you have not?
No.
So what we're getting is your dissemination, your decision as to what was important and not important in that, correct?
Which is true in every news story.
In every story. But you have files that you say you are sharing, but those files are just a smaller period of the files. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes?
there's-
Okay, thank you. And the FTC investigation of Twitter, you knew that they were investigating Twitter before the time period that Mr. Musk came on?
I was aware of it, yeah.
And the FTC was concerned with user data being hacked or used? Is that correct, that they didn't have enough checks and balances on that data?
Well, I wasn't privy to that part.
Have you seen the consent decree?
No, I have not.
Okay, well, the consent decree is concerned with user data, which would be probably the reason that they were concerned if they're giving files to journalists that potentially data about users as well as data about individuals and employees would be given to them.
My understanding
So
is
I
that
didn't
they
ask
didn't
a
ask-
question. I didn't ask you a question, sir. Okay? So do you know that Elon Musk paid $44 billion for Twitter? Is that correct, Mrs. Schellenberger? Were you aware of that?
Yes, I read that.
And did you know that he received that part of the funding from Saudi Arabia as well as Qatar?
I heard that.
And did you know that one of those individuals who owns Binance was the company Binance, while he has Canadian citizenship, he is a Chinese national? Were you aware of that?
I did not know that.
Okay, and that he stated that that was for the cause. But thank you very much for answering my questions. I yield back.
Chair now recognizes the gentlelady from Wyoming for 5 minutes. Would the gentlelady yield for 20 seconds?
Yes.
I thank the gentlelady for yielding. I just think this is interesting. First, the FTC is asking for your background, and now the ranking member of the Committee on the Weaponization of Government is asking for your sources. If
I
that
never
doesn't
asked them
raise-
for their sources.
Yes, you
I
did.
did not ask for sources.
You know what?
I asked
The
if they were
gentlelady is not-
talking
the
to
gentlelady
Elon
is
Musk.
not
And they
recognized.
said that they were not talking. Well, you are not going to say
I will
I've
yield back
asked for
to, I
sources.
will yield back to the
Thank you.
gentlelady. I thank her for yielding.
With respect, you asked me who gave me who gave me
I
the
asked you who
files.
gave it to you, and once you said they were your sources, I then asked you if you had spoken with Elon Musk. I did not ask you who those sources were.
The
For
gentlelady
the
from
record. Keep the
Wyoming is
record correct.
recognized, and she will receive an additional 20 seconds. The gentlelady is recognized for 5 minutes of questioning.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And
So in this hearing, we've got Matt Taibbi and Michael Shellenberger, journalists who dove into the Twitter files, getting grilled like a 4th of July cookout. They're being asked about emails dating from 2017 to 2022. Tens of thousands of them, although Taibbi only published 338. And immediately you can see the tension. Some folks on the committee want to make it sound like this is suspicious, like there's some conspiracy because the journalist didn't publish every last file. Let me tell you something. If you handed me 100,000 emails, the only thing I'm publishing is my resignation letter. But these guys went through it and published what mattered. That's literally journalism. Meanwhile, the ranking member is firing off questions faster than Biden can lose track of what day it is. Did you talk to Elon Musk? Did you see HR files? Did you know that one investor was Canadian but also Chinese? I mean, lady, what does that have to do with the fact that Twitter was coordinating with government actors to moderate speech? I'm pretty sure the founding fathers weren't sitting around saying, hey, before we draft the First Amendment, let's check who funded the printing press. And here's what really cracked me up. She says she's not asking for sources, while basically asking for the source. It's like saying, I'm not asking what's in the secret recipe, but can you tell me the exact ingredients and how long you cook it? Come on. And this is where Jim Jordan jumps in like the voice of reason. He points out the obvious. First, the FTC wants background info on reporters. Now the ranking member wants to know who gave them access. It's almost like certain agencies and politicians don't love transparency unless they're the ones controlling it. Jordan just has that way of cutting through the fog. The man operates like a freedom-powered chainsaw, efficient, clear, and a little loud, but only because someone needs to be. What we learned from the hearing is simple. These journalists got access to tens of thousands of documents. They say nothing was filtered. They say no one told them what they could or couldn't publish. And they didn't have access to private user data, just internal communications about how certain decisions were being made. That's it. That's the story. But somehow this turned into a discussion about Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Canadian Chinese investors, the FTC, HR files, and whether Matt Taibbi drinks tea with Elon Musk on Thursdays. This is classic Washington. If you don't like the topic, create 5 new unrelated ones. Now listen, I'm not saying Elon Musk is a saint. He's more like that eccentric uncle who shows up to Thanksgiving with a flamethrower just to show you what he's been working on. But at least he's letting journalists look under the hood, which is a whole lot more than Twitter 1.0 ever did. And if the government really is worried about user data being misused, maybe, and hear me out, maybe the answer isn't yell at reporters for doing journalism. Maybe the answer is stop having the government quietly influence social media platforms behind the scenes. But hey, I'm just some dude on YouTube with an American flag behind me and a microphone I bought on sale. All right, Patriots, if you enjoyed this breakdown, remember, subscribe, hit that like button, ring the bell, and drop a comment. Tell me what part of that hearing made your eyebrows hit the ceiling. Thanks for watching America Patriots, where the truth is free, unlike your groceries lately. See you next time. Stay loud, stay proud, stay American,